Okay, so first I'll be telling about like the universities where Spanish course for MA is available. So like very few universities provide Spanish in MA. Maybe some universities I don't know, but the popular universities, especially like DU and JNU, AMU, and IFLU, like these are the four universities which are providing Spanish language for masters. And regarding the seats, maybe some universities which are not that much famous, maybe they are also providing. You can check it later. So regarding the seats, I would like to tell you that JNU actually has only 8 seats for masters because it has integrated course of Spanish language for the graduate people. So they automatically they are registered in masters. So in 8 seats, I think there are 3 seats for general and one seats for OBC, SC, ST, EWS respectively. Like each section has one seat and general has 3 seats. And regarding IFLU, they have in total 20 seats. So they might be like 8 to 9 seats for general and some seats for the reserved people. And in the same way, AMU has only 10 seats, and in these 10 seats there are reservation and general as well. And the like highest amount of seats, I think DU provide it has approximately 35 plus seats, maybe 38, 39, not sure exactly, but 35 plus. So DU has the maximum seats for masters in Spanish. Would you agree with me, Roshan? No?
Yes.
Yeah. So since you are from DU, so you must be aware of it. Okay. So I'm sure that you guys must have gone through the previous year question papers, which are very important to get an idea that what you have to read actually. So what I am telling you, like from my experience of preparing for the examination, and as well from my experience of going through all the previous year question paper, like when I was actually preparing, so before like studying anything, I just read all the previous year papers. I think from 2016, 17, 18, even that time, like every university had its own entrance paper, so entrance examination. So at that time even I just read like that there were at that time there were descriptive questions. So descriptive questions answers, so at that time those questions, like even I read that which writers, with which authors, and which period, which time of the like a literary period or which historical period are asked in these questions. So regarding those periods, I read about their authors. Like for example, I'm saying it, like they asked in the descriptive question when CUT was not there, when all the universities were conducting their own paper. So suppose they asked about literatura boom America Latina, boom America Latino. So like I read about what is boom America Latino, and who are the famous authors, who are the famous poets at that time. So I would be saying you that like CUT PG papers are very few because it has just started, I think 2 or 3 years ago. So you guys should also go through the papers which were conducted by the universities, particularly like DU and JNU, and look at the questions and look at the time periods which were asked at that time, and you go through the authors and poets, their names and their books, especially of that time. And also you should be aware a bit of the feature of that period. What is the feature? What was actually this period? So I'll be sharing what I have like picked from those papers. I will be sharing it, but you guys should also go through that. So when you will be preparing, so we'll be well aware that what I have to take and what I have to leave. Okay, so I'll be starting first uh, from the like the syllabus is from 15th century till the contemporary era. So 15th the literature and history from the 15th century of Spain and Latin America till now, but you can say like till 19th century maybe. From 20th century very few, mostly painters, they from 20th century, mostly till 19th century. So I'll be telling you like in general you will have to look the time period from 15 to 20th century, but especially some periods which are most important I will be mentioning those. So they are like in Latin America, there is a period called, you can note it down even, like boom Latino Americano. This period is called boom Latino Americano. So if do you guys have pen and papers?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can even like write it in your phone. So boom Latino Americano, it is one of the most important period in Latin America, from where most of the questions will be picked up regarding like uh, poets and authors and their books. So you guys be must aware about this. Okay, and the second period is Renacimiento Español. Renacimiento Español. From this period, there are a lot of questions because great authors and poets were born in this period. So Renacimiento Español. And the next one is Barroco en España. Barroco. It is also a period of time, okay? So Barroco en España. This is also very important. In this period, very great and visionary authors and poets were born. So and next one is Naturalismo, Romanticismo, and Realismo en España. Whenever you search these keywords, you always type en España. When you are looking for um, boom, then you have to type Latino Americano. When you are writing naturalismo, you have to type España. Autores y poetas, you can like frame the question like this in Google, in chat GPT, wherever you are looking for it, like autores y poetas de naturalismo en España, autores y poetas de realismo en España, autores y poetas de romanticismo en España. Because like Renaissance was occurring across the Europe, so a lot of authors and poets, they are from all the regions. You have to read specifically about Spain, so you have to type en España at the end of the question. Okay, so these are the like some uh, important period of time which you have to especially read. And there are a lot of other periods and times where poets and authors are important, but they are the most important, okay, I would say. uh, and apart from this, some general knowledge type questions are asked in the exam. So first one is like platos típicos en España y América Latina. So when you will search about like platos típicos en España, so about Spain, you can read all these platos típicos, you can memorize those, because in Spain they are not very much. Like in some specific, like Valencia, in Andalusia, like in some specific regions there are famous dishes. But if you will look into Latin America, so you will find like, because there are a lot of countries, there are 20 countries, so in 20 countries there will be too much platos típicos, so you don't have to pick all those. That's why I'm telling you that you must go through the previous year question paper, so that you will get the idea that which is the famous dish of particular country in Latin America. You don't have to, because one country might have like 10 or 20 dishes, so you don't have to select all 10 20 dishes. And one thing else you can do, like you will be picking obviously those which are mentioned in the previous questions, but one thing else you can do is that, like when you search about like platos típicos, famosos, platos típicos famosos in Venezuela, you just typed it, okay? So a lot of websites might be there. So what you can do, like first website you go and you read these dishes, this, then you open second website, go and read these dishes. So when you will be doing this, then you will find actually the most famous are mentioned in every websites, and the least important they are like skipped. So this is one strategy you can also adopt to know like which are the, like which are the common most famous among all the websites. So you will find actually that the most famous are mentioned everywhere. Okay, you're getting my point?
Yeah.
Okay, so like platos típicos हो गया en España y América Latina, costumbres en España, costumbres in America Latina. So when you will be looking in Latin America, then you should have said you must mention every single every particular country. Like you have to search for every country separately, because in general in Latin America will not find any website that mention all these. Maybe some websites mention, but it is good to search for, like the more you will search and the more you will go through, the more clear and crystal you will be in your idea, in your concept, that what you have to read. Okay, which are the famous. So costumbres is the second thing. Third thing is like the bailes famosos, okay, the famous dances. And this after that, like some very obvious things like moneda, the currency of every single country, and the president, right now who is the president of every single country. And when you are like in general you have to read about the painters, pintores from 15th to 20th century. But in pintores, when you come to Latin America, then is there are like some specific painters in a period of time who are very important. They are muralistas, they're called muralistas. So you don't forget to read about all these muralistas. You have to note it down, okay? Muralistas. And after that you will go through like figuras importantes in the cine, in the cinema, in theater, like important figures in Spain, in America Latina. So like they are not very much, you can go through easily, you can crack it, you can cover it, okay? Like important figures in film industry in Spain and in Latin America, and they are like very contemporary. Some are like previous and old. So these are some things. And like in geografía de España y geografía de América Latina, so in geography a lot of things can come, like about Spain you can read regarding their how many provinces, their names, and the names of the autonomous community. And like the in Spain, like geographically, like which mountains and which kind of hills and which kind of plain areas are there. So there are like some famous, I don't remember all the names because it has been a lot of time. So you, when you will be looking for it, then you will find like some important important things about the geography of Spain, which you have to go through. And same in the Latin America. In Latin America you can say like one thing also you can look in Latin America, which is not in 15. Okay, I'll mention it in later, okay? Actually, like there's some things which can come even they are before 15th century, but generally they comes in question in the question paper, so I'll mention it in later, okay? So these are the things. After that you can see like monuments in Spain and Latin America. And as well the rivers, rios, the famous rivers. They are not very much, like 5 or 6 rivers you will find in total which are very famous in total Spain and Latin America. And after that you can, yes, one thing very important that you will have to do by your own, because and because like there might be two three questions regarding it. These are the like current affairs. So what happened in like very recently in the past 6 months, maybe past 6 7 months, anything that happened in Spain and was known internationally, or anything that happened in Latin America and was known internationally. So you have to, especially I would say that you should uh, look for the important news, and if it is related to, India with any Spanish speaking country, then it becomes more important. For example, very recent event I would like to mention. You know that recently, maybe 1 month ago, 1 month or 1.5 months ago, Pedro Sanchez, the president of Spain, he visited India. Okay, and the Spanish Airbus manufacturing company, this company, it has done a pact with Tata Manufacturing Private Limited Company of India. So they both are together. They both are manufacturing airjet. Its name is 295. So in collaboration with the Tata Manufacturing Private Limited of India, the Spanish Airbus company is developing a aircraft of 2095. So like this event happened like 2 months ago, maybe one and a half. These types of events which are related to India, they are very important. They might come in current affair, and two three questions are very important. These are the like two three questions means like nine numbers, and they are enough to exclude or include from the list. Okay, so you can also look that if something happened, even if it is not related to India, even if it is just in those countries, maybe any recent game where Spain or Latin American countries have won, or anything which is important known internationally. Okay, you got the point. So you have to search it by yourself. uh, so I think, yeah, these are the things only uh, which you can like do. And yes, I was saying that I will mention later like some things which can come even before 15th century. So before 15th century, uh, like the chronology of the initial invaders, so you can say the indigenous inhabitants of the Spain. Like first, you'll find Iberos, then you'll find Fenicios, then there are like Romanos, there are Cartagineses, there are Musulmanes. So in most of the previous questions you will find the chronology. Okay, so this chronology is very important. You should memorize that who came first and who came after that till the Musulmanos, and after that Reyes Magos. Oh, sorry, Reyes Católicos. So you have to look this chronology even if it is before 15th century, but most of the times it is asked in the previous year question. Okay, and one thing regarding Latin America, which is even before 15th century, but it usually comes, that is about the ancient culture and ancient history of Latin America, like Aztecas, Mayas, Incas. So you don't have to go in very detail of these things, but you have to look like Azteca, Maya, Inca, like which country these civilizations belong to, what was their time period in which they existed, and one thing more you can look like what was their prominent feature. Like every of these ancient civilization, they have at least one or two prominent feature. For example, if you say about Mayas, maybe, so they had like sculptures, very bigger sculptures, and these sculptures were like kind of uh, very fat kind of sculptures. Okay, everything was made up very fat, And if you will find the civilization which existed in Peru, that was I think it was
Inca, Inca.
Inca. Okay, Inca, na?
Yes, yes, Inca.
Yeah. So Inca. So you will find like in Inca civilization, you will find like that Linneas the Inca, that is very famous. So some features you will just type it in on Google, you'll find it definitely that some prominent features are there in every single civilization. So even before 15th century, these questions usually they are asked. Okay, and apart from that, there are questions regarding comprehension. So like it depends, it is totally like regarding comprehension, you will have to you, you know whatever you know. Okay, it your level of Spanish decides actually that how much you can do the comprehension. You cannot prepare it before going to examination. Okay, because if you know the vocabs and you know to read and understand and comprehend, then you can solve these questions. And one thing more that you can prepare for is like in grammar, it is prepositions. So C1 level prepositions are asked in general. And I have found one YouTube channel actually, and that YouTube channel is specifically those prepositions are taught which are asked in the examination. So I'll be sharing this link in the group, so you can find it there. And you can like even search on YouTube, and you can find a lot of you can do a lot of exercises on Google. There are a lot of exercises of prepositions of C1 level. Okay, you can do that as well, because a lot of questions of grammar they are related to prepositions. And what else? I think these are the things only which are asked. And if you guys have like any doubt, anything you guys want to ask, you can ask me. Anyone has anything to ask, to say? No, no one has any doubt. Yes, no,
You
at least
cover
say something.
everything.
What about you, Roshan?
No, but I don't have right now any doubt.
Okay, so everything is pretty clear.
Yes.
Okay, what about you, Sahil?
Yes, all clear.
Everything is clear. Okay, no problem. So like even if there is any doubt, like there's nothing to share, like there is no content. Okay, like I will be sharing, then you will be preparing from that content, because there is nothing no such thing which to be make a note or something like this. You will be doing maybe very few contents maybe online I can share to you, like regarding the prepositions, and like I had a link of the authors, maybe I can share that, but nothing else. You'll have to do all by yourself, because this paper is not like any other paper like political science or some sociology that has a lot of contents and notes. You can find all these things online available, and it is very important to do by yourself. Okay, while you are doing it by yourself, you'll be remembering a lot of things. Okay, and anything, any further question, any doubt, if you have ever had, you can reach to me. Okay,
Obviously, what is the channel name you tell you told? YouTube
regarding
channel
the
name?
preposition,
Yes, yes.
I'll be sharing it in WhatsApp group. Okay, so
Ah,
no
okay.
worries regarding that. Yeah. Okay, so since no one has any doubt, so I'm ending the session here. Okay.
Oh, wait one second
Yeah,
only.
yeah, Umesh bhai, I have
Uh,
also a doubt that
okay.
where we find the current affairs question from which news channel or news paper from where?
Okay. So regarding current affairs, there's no such newspaper, but you can like refer to BBC Espanol. In if you go in that session, BBC Espanol, so you will find most of the Latin American news. Okay, you can go through this news, and if you feel like that anything, like if you go in the in the website of BBC Espanol, then you can just type India. So if there will be any news regarding India, it will just appear. You just check the time period. If it is like just 7 8 months old, so you can take up that news. And regarding and you can like read all the headlines of the Latin American news in BBC Espanol, and if anything you find important, you can read it. Okay. And regarding Spain, there is newspaper El Pais. So in El Pais you can go in that section, and maybe there, if you there is a section international in El Pais. So if you click on international, so maybe if there are a lot of international news, if there anything is there is regarding Spain, you can refer to that as well. You'll know easily is it important or not. Okay, just after reading it once. So I just went through these two newspaper, BBC Español and El País, and also DW Español. Okay, DW Español is also
DW.
important. Yeah, DW Español. On when you will click, you will go inside, then you will find like international news. I think there is a section, so you will find there. And also you can type on YouTube like important events, games in Spain or in Latin America, or important events of 2024 in Spain, important events of 2024 in Latin America, in Venezuela, in Peru, in Argentina, like this. So these are the ways, like you this is what comes to me, what I can think of to reach out to those contents and current affairs. Maybe you can think and you can find new ways to get to those contents. Okay. Yes, you were saying something, Roshan.
Yes, yes. Actually, I have earlier also asked about theory of translations, right? I think there were two questions in the last previous year exam. So, is there anything we can cover specifically?
Regarding translation. Okay.
Yes, theory of translation.
Okay, so regarding theory of translation, okay, I'll be sharing like there's some specific terms in translation which might be asked. Okay, yeah, you're true. There were two questions. So regarding that, I had a PDF. I'll be sharing that in group. So like it is regarding like what is equivalencia, and what is uh, maybe exageración, or I'm not sure exaggeration does it exist no, but like these are the some terms in the theory of translation which might be asked. So I'll be sharing. I had a PDF
Mhm.
actually about that. Okay,
Okay.
so you can just have like they will not ask the definition. They will you can just have an idea with what it is actually. And I think I have no I have written in my notebook as well. So I'll be sharing if I'll find it. Okay,
Okay, wait, okay.
regarding
Thank you.
translation. Yeah, and anything any point which anyone can remember as well. Okay, so was it all, or is there anything else? Okay, so if any doubt in future you guys have, you can reach out to me. Okay.
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 Okay, adios everyone, adios a todos. Nos
Adios.
vemos
Thank you
Adiós.
so
en
much, guys.
JNU.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego, hasta luego.